That's why I told you not to go down there. Zayan's voice was quiet, barely above a whisper. He sat at the edge of his bed, staring down at his blanket like it held all the answers. I didn't say anything right away. My heart was still racing, my brain trying to make sense of what I had just seen, bones laid out like a collection, stained rags, and his father talking to them like they were alive. I finally managed to speak. Zayan, what the hell is going on? He didn't look at me. He's sick, he mumbled. Like, mentally. He was in a facility for a few months last year, but they let him out. They said he was stable. I blinked. That wasn't stable. Zayan finally met my eyes. He collects animal bones. Sometimes roadkill. Sometimes he finds things in the forest behind our house. He says it calms him. I shook my head. That wasn't just animal bones. I saw the way he handled them. Like he was obsessed. Zayan stood up suddenly, his voice rising. He's not dangerous. His face twisted, not in anger, but fear. Real fear. He's not dangerous if you don't interrupt him. That chilled me more than anything I'd seen. Why didn't you tell me? I asked. He looked away. Because then you'd leave. We both went silent. I didn't sleep that night. In the morning, the house was too quiet. Like everything was holding its breath. Zayan's dad made us breakfast, eggs, toast, tea. The normal things. He acted like nothing had happened. But he kept glancing at me. Smiling. Slowly. The same way he did when I first arrived. I forced myself to eat. Pretended everything was fine. But inside, I was counting the minutes until I could get out. Zayan didn't say much either. He looked tired, pale. Like he'd aged overnight. I told him my mom had called and needed me home early. A lie, obviously. But he didn't question it. When I went to grab my backpack from the hallway, I noticed something was off. It felt heavier. I unzipped it, and my stomach dropped. Inside, wrapped in a piece of plastic, was a bone. Small. Cleaned. And tucked carefully between my clothes. I backed away like it might bite me. Zayan. I hissed. He came into the hallway, saw the look on my face, and froze. Why is there a bone in my bag? I asked. My voice was shaking. He looked terrified. I didn't put it there, he whispered. He did. I felt ice in my veins. What do you mean? Zayan looked around, lowered his voice even more. He thinks you're staying now. That was it. I grabbed my bag and headed straight for the door. Locked. I jiggled the handle harder. Zayan, open it. I can't, he said. The keys are in his room. I turned around. Then I'm going out the window. Zayan looked like he wanted to stop me, not in a threatening way, but like someone trying to save a friend from a stupid decision. But I didn't care. I walked past him, through the kitchen, and pushed open the narrow side window near the sink. I had to pull myself up awkwardly, scraped my leg on the edge. But I didn't care. I dropped into the side yard, heart pounding. And I ran. 2 blocks down, I found a gas station. Called my mom. She was confused but told me to stay put. My dad was already in the car. I didn't mention the bones. Not yet. When they picked me up, I couldn't stop shaking. That night, I barely slept. I kept picturing the basement. The workbench. The bone in my bag. The next day, my parents called the police. I told them everything I saw. Every detail. Officers went to the house. They found the bones. All of them. Some in drawers. Some on the table. Some hanging on the wall. But they were all from animals, dogs, raccoons, cats, even deer. The police said it was disturbing, but not illegal. Zayan's dad told them it was an artistic project. He called it death as decoration. He even showed them an old blog where he posted about bone cleaning techniques. They didn't find any human remains. No evidence of violence. They couldn't do anything. I sat there, across from the officer at our dining table, feeling like I was going insane. They told me I was safe. That there was nothing to worry about. But I knew what I saw. And I knew what I felt. I haven't seen Zayan since. He didn't come back to school the next week. His number stopped working. His house. Empty, like no one had lived there for months. I asked around, but no one knew what happened. Then, 2 weeks later, I got a package in the mail. No name. No return address. Inside was a photo. It was me and Zayan, sitting on his bed during the sleepover. Smiling. I don't remember anyone taking that photo. On the back, written in shaky, messy handwriting, were 5 words, "You would have made a fine piece."